Welcome, Cause Spotters, back for another update. It is November 12th, and we're back at Hersheypark for Wildcat's Revenge. Hit that bell for instant notifications when videos come out, because we'll be doing construction updates at least every 2 weeks, hopefully a little bit more frequently when things really get moving. But we already got track in, so you can go check that out from the Hershey Gardens inside, and of course up on the drone. We'll go up to the gardens, get a better view of this, but that is the first 4 pieces of track that have gone in, and that's new structure, and that will be the bottom of the first drop that you see right there. Love that red track. It's look fantastic. As you can see, most of the lift tail has been removed, pretty much all of it, and you can see that the steepness has increased, because that, as we know from the announcement, is going to be the world's tallest understep, which is kind of like a zero-G roll that doesn't rotate 360 degrees. It just rotates like 270 instead, and then dives out of it really steeply. So it looks good. I wasn't expecting the lift hill to be moved back so much, so that's pretty cool. Yeah. The layout's way different than I expected. I was expecting it to follow the layout a little bit more than it did. So lots of footers are going to have to be poured and whatnot. So lots of major changes to this layout. It's really not going to look anything like it used to. I think that's a good thing, because I feel like some of these conversions, they look a little bit too similar to what it looked like before. So some people get a little confused of what the ride is and if it's new or just like heavily modified. To have something that looks completely different is probably a bit better. Alright, we have a slightly better view of that new structure and track. But up in the air, I can tell you already, it's much better. So we'll go ahead and move to that, and then we'll of course show you the inside of what's going on the station, because we now know the station is being modified heavily with a load and unload in a new storage train area, so we should see a lot more groundwork. I actually kind of saw some from that in our last update 2 weeks ago, but I didn't realize what it was until it, was completely explained with the renderings. It's crazy how different that is going to look as an inversion instead of first shot. Alright, let's head up with the drone and take a look from it above. I've already done that, so it's going to be amazing.
Alright, from the air, wow, you can really tell the difference. If you go back and check out the second update, you really can see how much has changed. Wow, so much progress. Of course, we have those track pieces that went in, the new structure that went up. That's exciting, of course. I mean, it's like plainly visible that this thing is moving along with track being added. But there's actually a lot of groundwork being done. Now, if you go check out the analysis video that we are about to release, you can see that the layout's being altered a lot in ways where new footers are having to be poured. So you'll see a blue tarp right next to what was Wildcat's first turnaround, and that's where a new path is being created. Nothing over by the first turn to the lift hill, because you're going to go left instead of right. We show you the entire layout changes in that video that's coming up. But all those little white circles you can see inside of Wildcat's former first drop, those are more footers, most likely for additional support, because the track is going to be much higher up there, so it needs a lot more lateral support than originally the structure needed. You can also, if we look at that station up there really quickly, you can see that that elevator shaft has been constructed, because the station is now, of course, going to be an unload and load. The unload pathway is going to be on the same side. There's not going to be ramps anymore, only stairs, so they need to add a elevator, of course. So lots of progress there. So much progress, really. It's quite impressive. And we can see there that there are 4 more pieces of track right inside of the construction site, and additional 2 pieces sitting right next to the first drop. Those are, I think those are probably already in, to be honest with you. It's a few days after I filmed this. Took me a while to get to this, but yeah. And here's the staging site. In the center you can see Wildcat's old track, and then there are additional 8 pieces sitting on the construction site. So it seems like the first shipment of track included 18 pieces, and then all those little white boxes that you can see on the parking lot, that's all new wood and bits and bobs and all types of pieces. So much is taking place here, as we're going to take one last look high above. A little bit of fall foliage still left, but pretty much we're barren now, unfortunately. Love the fall colors this year. It was absolutely gorgeous. And of course, just to note, Do not fly a drone during park operational hours. This was an hour or so before the park operated for the day. And don't fly over the park. Technically, it's not illegal FDA-wise, but parks really don't like it. So, if you are a good hobbyist with a drone, don't be an idiot. But, alright, enjoy this last little pan, and we'll go inside and check out what's going on from the Midway. And here's the station area. As you can see, a giant footer on the left there is going to be for the train storage area, the beginnings of it. And we can see that those footers for the transfer track are still there. However, right around them is a new steel beam. That's going to support the roof on that side because they needed some way to really support that part of the building because there was a bunch of supports originally just like the left side of the station. But now the whole transfer table needs to slide out of the station. So I assume we're going to see some more footers very soon, in addition to the ones that you can see underneath the station. And that solved the theory of why they were building a whole new transfer track. I should have thought of it at the time, but just didn't think of that they were going to go from an unload to a load station. So yeah, that should help capacity a little bit, but I'm not 100% confident in their operations, considering they're not so great with Candemonium, and B&Ms are known for their capacity and the ease of loading them. You can even see those 4 pieces of track sticking out right there at the bottom of the first drop. Very cool. That's going to be about it for this update. We'll be back in 2 weeks. Got too much stuff going on next weekend, unfortunately, to come down to the park, but we'll do one Thanksgiving weekend, of course. So things are progressing really nice. We have new structure in, we have track in. Looks like there's about a dozen or so track pieces on site, maybe like 14 or 16, I forget. I probably already said it in the commentary of the drone, but yeah, so not that much track on place, but we already got some track in, so that's always exciting to see that so soon. And they're definitely rolling with it because they have a deadline to make. And it's going to be a tight one for summer this year. There's a lot to do, but it should be a lot of fun to watch the entire process, and hopefully hit that button to subscribe and the notification bell and all that stuff, as we will have videos very frequently. Thanks for watching. It's been Alex, Roller Coaster Spot. See you soon. Oh, and go check out the guide that I'm making for Christmas Candy Lane if you're interested in the event.